the comments as well.
It now.
Hi guys, welcome everyone. Can you please share, invite others to join us? We would appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hi, welcome. Okay, awesome. So I guess we can start in like maybe, okay, it's just 1 o'clock. I forgot. Just 1 o'clock.
You're right on time.
Because we're just a little early. So let us give him like a minute to join in and we can start. Yeah. And then we can just start. Maybe just maybe 1 o'clock, 1:01, 1:02. We will just start. Hi, okay, I see people have joined. Thank you for coming up, guys. Can you please share this so they can know that we are live as well? Thank you very much. This is Mommy Chat Series with Jibs. Jibs is here with me, my beautiful fashionista friend. She's here with me today on Mommy Chat Series, and I'm excited to host her. Honestly, like I feel like I won $1 million having her with me here because I know she's a very busy man. She's a very busy woman, so the privilege of having her here with me, I don't take it for granted. Oh my. All right. So I think we can just start and everybody will join us, okay? So hello everyone, welcome to Mommy Chat with Jibs. Today I have here with me my very amazing, lovely friend. Good day to you too. Staneta, welcome. Omosefe, welcome. I have here with me today my friend Jibs Abitoye. She is a good friend of mine, so I'll let her be the one to tell, okay? But this is Mommy Chat with Jibs. So if you've never been a part of Mommy Chat before, it is just a forum where we share with other moms and we just have really just gist about motherhood, about life, about family, about faith. And for those who don't know me, my name is Olusheye Asheru, and I'm the founder of Moms Achieving Purpose and also the lead coach at Moms Achieving Purpose Academy. So today, I'm going to be interviewing Jibs. I'll let her share with us about your dreams are valid. And when I was thinking about this topic, so you know what, if Jibs shares with us from her heart today, you definitely be learning one or two things from her because I see her as someone who is very inspiring. Her story is inspiring because, I mean, if you think of what she shares, you know. But if you think of her story and say, how is someone able to have this kind of dream in their heart and then do all they can to make sure that that dream actually happens for them? So today, I'm just going to let Jibs get into it and to just tell us a little bit about herself. So Jibs, over to you. Can you just let us know just a little bit about you, who you are, what you do, the amazing work you've been doing? Yes, so over to you.
Thank you so much, Shaya, for having me. It's an honor to be here in Moms Achieving Purpose Group. And thank you for what you're doing as well with the moms and everything you do. Thank you. So to your question, so I'm that girl that who, after going through youth service, and I started working in a bank, and I worked in the bank for 4 years in Nigeria before immigrating, and I felt while I was working at the bank that my life was really flat. I felt there was more to life than what I was doing. And like many people, you just kind of stay there because you have bills to pay and you just hang in there. But you still don't feel that spark, that fire in you. You just keep doing what you're doing. And there's a saying that says opportunity dances with those already on the dance floor. And so when the opportunity came for me to immigrate to Canada, I said to myself, never again. I am not going to settle. I'm going to go after my dreams. I'm going to go after what I want to do. I'm not just going to take a job and stay there and just feel, I don't want to use the word dead, but feel like there's more to me. There's more to life than what I'm doing. And I promised myself that, look, as I'm immigrating to a new country, I am going to explore. I'm going to explore my potentials. I'm not just going to stay in one place. So to your question, I was born and raised in Lagos, Nigeria. All of my schooling was done in Nigeria. And all of my main schooling was done in Nigeria. I went to University of Lagos, so up Akoka, whoop whoop, Akokais. So in school,
yes.
so in the university, I actually had an extra year, and that was like the biggest problem of my life at that point. I'm like, how do I have an extra year? It didn't make sense to me. And so you know what I did? I turned to God. In fact, I became an SU, like no earring, no hair, natural hair. I became a sister because I'm like, God has to perform a miracle in my life because there is no way I'm going to have an extra year. But guess what? You know what? Tony Robbins said something. He said, the problem you have is really only based on your perspective. So follow me. Imagine you're going for an interview. And then on your way to this interview, there's traffic. You're running late for your interview. At that point, your problem is what? Oh my God, I'm running late for my interview. And then you're in that traffic and your car starts to overheat. And then you're like, oh, okay, you know what? Let me just go and maybe catch a bus or jump on an Okada, so I can get to my interview on time. And then as you're walking, you trip over a stone. No, follow me. As you're walking, you trip over a stone. And you sprain your leg. At that point, you're not thinking of the interview anymore. Your problem has changed to your foot that's hurting. And then you're like, okay, I need to get to the hospital because I'm bleeding. And then on your way to the hospital, your spouse calls you and says, you know what, I'm done with this relationship. I don't want you anymore. At that point, your problem changes from that foot that was hurting you to, oh my God, my heart is broken. You get to the hospital and then the doctor finds out that, oh my God, you have cancer. At that point, you don't even remember that your spouse has dumped you. At that point, your problem changes to, I have cancer. Now, I'm saying this to let you know that every problem, no matter what, is a matter of perspective of the person that's looking at it. So if you look at it for what it is and ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? It immediately loses the power over you. And then you can deal with it and be more objective and not deal with it in an emotional way. And remember, no problem lasts forever. So when I had the extra year in University of Lagos, it was my biggest life's problem. I'm like, oh my God, how can I have an extra year? I did everything I could do. Spiritually speaking, I did deliverance, fasting. I mean, all the works. But no, it didn't go anywhere. I still had that freaking extra year. But you know what? Now that I look at it, I see that problem was to play a major role in my life. And I see that he had a major part in playing where I am today. So I immigrated to Canada in 2012 after I got married to my husband. So when people ask me, oh, so why did you immigrate to Canada? I'm like, I'm for love. So I immigrated to Canada after I got married to my husband. And immediately I got to Canada, I started volunteering. I sat on several boards. I started to serve. And I got a job in the bank. So when I first got here, people would tell me that, oh my God, you have to have Canadian education or Canadian experience. You have to work in like a Walmart or sales job, something like a menial job essentially. But I said to myself, no, that's not going to be my experience. Well, you know what? Exactly 1 month after I moved to Canada, I got a job in a bank. I had my own office. Even in Nigeria, when I was working in the bank, I didn't have my own office. I had my own office. So essentially, what I'm saying this to say that it doesn't matter what other people's opinion of you is. It doesn't have to be your reality. It does not have to be your reality. And so I stayed in this job for a year and 2 months. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this job. I don't feel challenged anymore. I'd like to move on to something else. So 6 months into the job, I started to do interviews. I got my project management professional. I started for like a project management, project controls role. So I did interviews. I interviewed with ExxonMobil and they flew me to Calgary. So I'm like, oh, if they're going to spend air flight and all of that for candidates, of course I'm getting the job. But guess what? Nobody called me back. Nobody called me back. But after I've been on this bank job for a year and 2 months, I'm like, I'm done. I'm not feeling productive in this job. So what I did was I quit my job. I tried to go to school to study power engineering. Now I have an economics background in Nigeria, University of Lagos. And I decided to study a course that was completely different because, again, remember, I said this is an opportunity for me to explore. I wanted to explore things that I wouldn't normally have access to, but my being in a new country had provided for me. And in my other life, I always wanted to be an engineer. And I'm like, you know what, this is an opportunity for me to become a power engineer. That's why I went to school part-time. Remember, I quit my job. But guess what? Exactly 2 weeks after I quit my job, I got a call from one of the companies that I had interviewed 6 months before to start a job as a project controller. So I said that to say that if there's something in your hand and you're looking for something else, maybe you need to let it go before you can get that thing you're looking for. And so I got this job with Dow Chemical, and then I started to have kids. And so I had 2 kids back to back, 16 months apart. And so while I was at home, I started to think, what can I do? And then I started to run for council. Now, at the point when I started to run for council, city council in the city where I live, number one, I wasn't even a citizen of Canada yet. I wasn't a citizen yet, so I had to become a citizen for me to run. Number two, I mean, I've been volunteering in my community. A few people knew me, but hey, I had only been in Canada for 4 years. How the heck was you thinking? How the hell would anybody vote for someone who has been in a country for just 4 years to represent them? It didn't make sense to me. And so at first I started to doubt myself. I'm like, oh my God, no, I can't. But I'm like, I started to do a bit more research. I started to get more information. And I'm like, you know what? This is possible. I'm going to do this. And so as soon as I said that I was going to do it, God just started to put things in my way. An opportunity just came for me to become the chair of a board. I met with my MP. From nowhere, I met with my MP who decided to support me and send resources for me and send people to me to volunteer for my campaign. I met with my MLA. I met with all kinds of people that, like, within a short period, God just aligned things in my way. And I'm like, oh my God, this there is no way this is me. When we started to go door knocking, like I'll go and knock on a door and the person I meet at the door will be like, oh my God, I've heard so much about you. Oh my God, we think you'll be an excellent candidate. Oh my God, we think you're going to be great. And in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, how is this even possible? Like, how am I getting this kind of responses at the door? I just knew that you just have to be God.
Wow.
And so 5 years in Canada, I became a council member. So I did the election. I was one of the candidates that won. And then I started to serve my community, which is a blessing, and I don't take that for granted at all. Okay, it's an opportunity to represent the vulnerable people. And so 2 years into being a council member, I had a baby while I was in council, and because I'm the first person that's to have a baby on my council, there was no opportunity to have maternity leave. But you know what? God's timing is always the best. I had my baby when I could usually have 6 weeks in summer, 6 weeks break. I had my baby exactly in that 6 weeks. And so I had that 6 weeks break before we went back. And so 2 years, and so just before I had my baby, I started to pray together. Look, I want to start a business. I want to start a business where I'm able to serve people. And I prayed about it. I talked to people. I have like a group of people I pray with. I talked to them and they prayed with me. And it was like God was saying, go ahead. And when God told me it was fashion, I'm like, God, fashion. The fashion industry is so saturated. I don't think anybody knew in the fashion industry. Saying, go for it, go for it. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And so I went for it. And then 3 months after starting a business, I had the opportunity to go and showcase my collection in New York Fashion Week. Now that's the biggest fashion hub in the world. Bigger than Paris, bigger than Milan, bigger than London. And so when I was like, this is scary. How can I even do this? Well, you know what? I just felt like, you know what? God is with me. I can do this. And so I went ahead. I showcased my collection in New York Fashion Week. In fact, I'm not a very emotional person, but when my designs came, I started to cry because I'm like, how did I freaking get here in 3 months? And so after that, we started to get like and all of that. And we had our first pop-up shop, which went really successfully. But by the second one, COVID hit. Yes, COVID hit. And so obviously all these great plans that we had all went to dust. And so we started to look for ways that we can pivot our business. So essentially, I need to say a little bit about yourself. I think I've gone on and on and on, so I hope I'll be able to share that a little bit. So I'm a mom, I have 3 kids. I'm a businesswoman. I mentor youth in my church. I work in my church, and etc.
Just wow, like, guys, are you hearing what I'm hearing? I already have notes from her little introduction. I have my notes. I'm taking notes already. I hope you're taking notes. I'm learning like a whole lot of lessons already. Wow. I know that Jibola has, I mean, she has a family. And I'm just curious, like, how do you do everything you do with your family? Do you have a structure in place? Do you have, what helps you to be able to do everything you're doing, even with your husband and children? Have you been able to work around all of that and still be able to go for your dream without letting anything stop you?
So when I was in high school, we happened to go to the same high school, Shea and I. So when I was in high school, my motto used to always be time waits for no man. And so in everything I do, I try to be really quick. So to answer your question, it's really the dream in my heart that I believe that has been placed there by God that drives me. Desire to die empty. Like people, I get a lot of comments saying, "Oh my God, you do so much," and my response to them usually is, "I have to die empty." There's a saying that says that when we are in our deathbeds, we are visited by the ghosts of what we could have been. They come to visit us and say, "We chose you, but you let us die with you." You know, I honestly don't want to die knowing that there are things I could have done that I didn't do because I was afraid, or because of negative thoughts, or because what people's limitations, or what people said to me, or because of the imposter syndrome. That's a very common one. I wouldn't let that get in the way of my greatness, because I know that God has deposited a lot in me. Not just in me, in every 8 billion people on this earth. God has deposited a lot in all of us. You see, all of us have dreams. And you have a dream, but you have to listen to that voice. So I'm sorry, we all have a dream, but we usually listen to that voice in our head that says, "Oh, you're not enough." Oh, your dreams, we just suppress these dreams. But deep down, you know that you're not living to your full potential. Did you know, and this is a common saying, that the graveyard is the richest place in the world? People die with their dreams. Prince, I don't know if you guys know, Prince EA is a very popular influencer. He says that he goes to the graveyard sometimes to visit the graveyard. I mean, I wouldn't do that, but that's his own way. But the point he was trying to make was that when you go to the graveyard, you see birth dates and death dates, right? So you see, let me just give an example: 1900 to 2020, and there's a dash in between. That dash, your life is the dash in the middle. You got to make that dash count. Lisa Nicole said something. She said that dash, you got to make it bounce. It shouldn't be a flat line. Because when you have a flat line in the hospital, then nobody wants to hear that they are flat line in the hospital, right? So really, what drives me is my dreams. Knowing that one life can be changed as a result of me fulfilling my dreams. It is the thousands and millions of families that can be impacted through my business. It is the women and victims of domestic violence who need me to be successful in what I do so that their own dreams can be fulfilled. You see, your dreams are not in isolation. We are all connected. As you fulfill your dream, it gives me hope to fulfill mine. And it has a ripple effect all over. So you know what? You are doing us a disservice when you don't pursue your dreams. And finally, my kids. I want my kids and grandkids to say that woman was a badass. She pursued her dream unapologetically and left a legacy. These are what drive me.
Wow. Wow. I feel like, honestly, I feel like my brain just pour everything you're saying in there, because you've said so much. Because just today on the prayer call, that's what we're talking about, like for our children, praying for them that every potential that God has put in them, they are able to fulfill all of that. Because it's a shame that a lot of people just live life like nothing is happening. They just live their life like every day, go to work, come back home, eat, sleep, wake up the next day, repeat. And I'm like, if only you understood how much God has put in you. So for the ones who are telling you, oh, you're doing too much, and then you look at yourself and say, you don't get it. I can do even more. I'm only doing a fraction of what God has even called me to. I don't know if you're listening, people, like without apology. Are you listening to what she's saying? Like your dreams are there. Don't let fear, don't let anybody's opinion, don't let what people think stop you. Don't settle for less. I mean, I took that one because a lot of times I was just sharing today, those on my email list, that my own fear is success. When I see success coming, I'm like, oh, I just bail out. The same way you said you felt when you were going to New York Fashion Week, like, no, you can't. Panic. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that again.
Yep.
I will not run again from success. God's strength is available for me. His grace, His wisdom. I can do this.
Yep.
So if you're hearing me, if you are listening to this, I want you to know that your dreams are valid. I hope that, please, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. Jibs will take them. But I mean, before your questions come, I am asking I have my own list of questions right here. Okay? So, you drive. And it's just these things of, oh, I want, and similar to mine as well, right? I want it to be that my children can look back to me and say, oh, example of a mother. She did everything she could. I know her life meant so much and all that. But my question now is this: who have this trouble of, maybe they don't have some family, you feel like everyone is, maybe you're alone, basically, like nobody even sees what you're seeing. What advice you have for people like that? Because I know that sometimes our family members could be like, oh, don't do it, maybe you should not fail, and things like that. How will you address those people when nobody?
I'm sorry, Shay, can you repeat your question? Like, you're breaking there. So I'm going to repeat the question. So just tell me if I'm right. So you're saying people who don't have like a system, like how do I advise them? Was that your question?
Yes, that's my question.
Okay.
That is it.
So we all need a support system, all of us. Like, nobody's an island. Even though some people like to, maybe some are introverted and some are extroverted, regardless of whatever, we all need a support system. And so if you don't get a support from your family, I'm sorry, but you know what? You can find a support system elsewhere. It could be a friend, it could be a mentor, it could be a coach. You see, I'm a big proponent of everyone should have a mentor and a coach. I'm the biggest proponent for this, because I'll give you an example. I have a mentor, I have a coach, and they both play two different roles in my life. Now, my mentor, she's a subject matter expert and she's very well connected. So she's been an ex-politician before, she's a businesswoman. So she's able to not just give me, I'm able to say, okay, these are the things I want to achieve, and she tells me how to achieve it, and she connects me to the resources to achieve them. Now, my coach, on the other hand, is the one that keeps me accountable for my goals. So, for example, when I was going to start my business, I was friggin' scared. I was so afraid. Well, my coach pushed me and pushed me and pushed me until I did it. And I was happy I did, because I wanted everything to be perfect. But you know what? I launched my business in the most imperfect circumstance. I literally launched my business on Facebook Live. I felt like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. How can I do this? But I did it, and I was afraid. I was like, oh my God, this is such a mess. But I did it, and I'm so thankful I did. Because if I hadn't done it when I did, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to go to New York Fashion Week when I did. So if you don't have a support system, find yourself a coach. Find yourself a group of girls that you know they have the fire in their bones. You know, look for girls like you that are, you know, that's pursuing their dreams unapologetically. And heck, you can reach out to me. I mean, Shaya is also somebody you can reach out to. You know, just find that, because again, you can't be an island. You need a support system. So finding a mentor, finding a coach, finding a group of girls like you that have that fire will be a perfect support system for you. So for me, I have an amazing support system, and I'm very grateful to God. My husband is an amazing, is amazing for me. I mean, everybody says their husband is amazing, but I'm saying my husband is the best husband for me. You know, he support me in the most amazing ways. Like when I didn't think I had what it took, he believed in me. He believed in my idea. He believed in the idea of me for council. In fact, the idea came from him. It wasn't me. The idea first came from him. And when he said it, I thought, legit, you're crazy. Like, how can you tell me that? There's no way I can do this. But he first of all saw the potential in me, and he believed in me. And that's why he came up with the idea. And I decided to run with the idea. And so I have an amazing support system in my husband. I have a nanny that helps with my kids. That helps me as well. You know, as a mom of 3 kids, 5 years and younger, it can be tough. I can tell you that for free. And so any mom listening out there, I want you to know that you're not alone. It's tough. Being a woman is tough. Like, my husband looks at me sometimes and I'm like, oh my God, like, do you ever rest? Like, you are like you're so hardworking. You know, so I'm just telling you, like, you know, as women, we usually like to put people in front before us. And you know what? It's okay to do that. But don't lose sight of yourself. Don't lose sight of your dreams. Don't lose sight of your dreams. Your dreams are valid.
Yeah. Wow. 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 Amazing. Thank you so much, Jibs. You know, I know that one of our greatest challenges to do something, and he had 30% chance of doing it, that man will go for it. But a woman, even with 95%, she's still doubting herself.
So true. Yeah.
Still saying, oh, I don't think I can do this. Or trying to say, maybe let me see what they think, right? And so because of that, a lot of us don't do what we are qualified to do. We don't even go for a dream because we feel like, should I be doing this dream? You're right. You know, should I be doing this? And that's one of the challenges with a lot of us. Even I sometimes I still draw back. I'm like, oh, should I not? You know, set. Do you feel like we need to have, you know, like maybe what kind of mindset do you need to have as someone who wants to be this kind of woman who goes for her dreams without apology? What kind of mindset should we have?
Well, first of all, see, you have to have, number one, the go-getter mindset. which means irrespective of what anybody thinks, I'm going to do this. Number two, you have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you are able to do anything that you set your mind to. Anything. Anything. Number three, you have to be a risk taker, because the higher the risk, the higher the reward, right? That's what I was taught in economics. You have to be ready to take risks, because if you don't take risks, then sometimes, like when you see a little obstacle, then you just back out. So like for me, the way I take care of my mind or take care of myself is, especially with this COVID, like when COVID hit, the first, like, one way I take care of myself is that I don't really watch the news. I really, really, really see through the news I watch, because there's all kinds of fake news on the internet. And so when COVID first hit, the second week, I started to find I was beginning to get impacted, especially mentally, because the structure I put up, which is that I don't watch the news, I don't watch everything, was put down, because I had to start to follow what was going on, because I'm on council and decisions had to be made, and so I had to consistently watch the news and follow what was going on. And so I started to see that this started to impact my mind and my mind, right? And so what I started to do was I created a schedule for myself. So every day, the day before, I have like a list I write, a to-do list, and I divide my day into 3 segments. And so I ensure that in each segment, I have these six things that I do within each segment. Because I'm someone that's very productive. I want to see that I'm actually moving forward. I'm making some progress in whatever it is I'm doing. And so in each segment, I do mindset work. So mindset work is things like affirmations, things like meditation, things like journaling. So I do mindset work. Then I do spiritual work. So I pray, I read the Bible, I pray in tongues, whatever spiritual work I need to do, I do. Number 3, I spend some time with my kids. So because of homeschooling, I have to homeschool my kids, right? And so I spend, I set a time for them in between each 3 segments. So because my kids are very young. So my oldest is in kindergarten, the younger one is in preschool. So we do some schoolwork, we play some games. In fact, our living room has been turned to a soccer pitch, so we do some games and all of that. Then I also, in the 4th thing I do is my husband. So I check in with my husband every segment. So morning, afternoon, evening. It might just be like 10, 15 minutes. We just sit down and chat, talk about whatever, Then the 5th thing I do is housework. See, I don't really like housework. So sometimes I push this to later in the evening. But the 5th thing is housework. Then the 6th thing is strategy. So strategy would be around my business, my work. So these are the 6 things I usually do in each segment. And so this helps me keep my mind sound, physically sound, and it also makes me feel I'm progressing in my business, in my job. It also makes me feel I'm progressing in my relationship with my husband. It helps me feel like I'm progressing in my children's work. So it's kind of like an all-encompassing, my relationship with God as well. So it's kind of like an encompassing schedule that I work with, so yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were finished. So
Yeah.
my question around, what you said about mindset work, right? What do you like? What practical things can people do, around that schedule time for mindset work, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do in that time? Is it for affirmations? Is it what exactly?
So affirmation.
Like, can people take away from that?
Yes,
That
affirmations.
one interests me.
Affirmations are very powerful, and if anybody needs affirmations, you can send me a DM. I will send some affirmations to you. Affirmations are so powerful, Share. Every time I do my affirmations, I feel like that day, I kind of feel like I'm walking on the air. Like there's some sort of positive energy it just brings to your day and brings to your atmosphere. So affirmations are very powerful. I do lots of affirmations. Then journaling. The Bible says, write the vision, make it plain. I'll tell you something. When I got into this country, as soon as my legs stepped on the soil of this Canada, I said that I spoke this word. I said that God, that as my legs have touched this ground, that God is giving me this country to possess it. Then I wrote a 5-year plan. Now, in that 5-year plan, I said I'm going to make a significant impact in my community. And exactly 5 years after, I became a city councillor in the city where I live. I don't think that was a coincidence. So journaling is very powerful. Now, meditation is also very powerful. So for me, meditation is really just being quiet, taking out all the thoughts, like driving everything out, and just staying quietly and just staying still in the presence of God. And just sometimes I may hear something, I may not, but it just helps me. It kind of helps me start afresh. It gives me like a clean slate to just start my day afresh. And so it's a good thing to start in the bed. Like as soon as you wake up, that's something I do. As soon as you wake up, just do some meditation. And it just helps you start your day on a strong note. Are you there? Oh, this internet.
I wasn't sure if you were done, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Because sometimes the network keeps going in and off. I didn't want to interrupt. So yeah, so that for mindset, because that was important to me, because I know. Can you hear me well now?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Mindset, you said a whole lot of things. And a routine and a schedule that works. So a lot of people still struggle with that. Like, you cannot have your dreams if you're just living life as it comes to you.
Yeah.
You have to be deliberate. You have to be intentional about how you spend your time, about what you allow to happen in your day. And for me, I'm taking away a lot of things from this chart that I have written down in my own notes, like full, right? Remember that without having a plan for your day, for your life, for how you want things to be, they won't just fall into your lap. See what Jibs said about having the 5-year plan, right? With that 5-year plan, she realized that at the end of 5 years, she had done it. It's not a coincidence. Even the Bible vision, like write down what you want to see happen for you. And then ask yourself, what will I do every single day? So yes, your dreams are valid, but what are you going to do about your dreams? What steps are you going to start to take from today to get you closer to your dream? So my question to you again, the next question is about routine. We're talking about how you do all of these things. I know you have kids. How do you handle interruptions in your day? Like when things don't go the way you wanted them to go, or when something happens, the kids are there and like that. How do you handle those interruptions in your day?
Okay, first of all, I don't want any moms out there to be thinking like, oh my God, I'm not. Well, I mean, the whole intention for this is to put some fire in your bones, but also I don't want you to start to condemn yourself and say, oh my God, I'm messed up, or start to say have negative thoughts, because the intention for this is for you to begin to have positive thoughts. So I give myself permission to not be perfect. If my day doesn't go the way I planned it, it's okay. I don't kill myself. I don't, and we tend to um, I can't find the perfect word for this now, but it's okay to give yourself permission to not do it all. I'm okay when one day is extremely busy for me, my business and my job is taking all of my time, and I don't get a chance to spend time with the kids. I'm okay with this. Because you know what? The next day I will make sure I put in the time. So you have to be okay with not, because like sometimes we plan, right? And we just like we plan and when we expect everything to be perfect, sometimes it doesn't work that way. And so it's okay for you to give yourself permission to not be perfect. And so when things throw me off my plan, I just re-strategize. I just push some things to the back and bring the things that are priority, are important and urgent. Those are two things. Are they important? Is it important? Is it urgent? Then let's do it. If it's not, then let's leave it. You see, I'm someone that I don't freak out easily. I do not. For example, I had a grant application that was sent, and the partner I was working with, she got an email saying that there was an issue with the registration number, and she was freaking out. I mean, this was my application. She was just helping me. She was a partner in it, right? So I'm kind of like the main applicant, right? She was freaking out. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Well, she started to email people here and there. Well, I'm like, it's gonna work out. Don't worry. And that's kind of how I've handled life, right? Like I don't, I don't, um, I don't put a gun to my head unnecessarily. You see, life is tough already. I'm not gonna make it tough for myself. Yeah. So as much as I pursue my dreams, I give myself permission to even fail sometimes. It's okay. Because you know what? It's an opportunity for me to learn and stand up and try again. That's the way I see it. There is no failure in life. It's just life lessons. It's just life lessons. It's just life lessons. Um, so I mean, to answer your question, I just play it by ear. I look at it. Is it urgent? Is it important? We do it. If it's not, then let's kick it to the back. It's that simple. I don't kill myself. I don't sweat the small stuff. Oh, this internet. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Fantastic. Yes.
I can hear you now.
I mean that's what I believe also. Like when life throws you a curve, you just take it in its stride, right? Don't like you said, life's already tough. It's already tough.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be tough on yourself too. Give yourself some grace to fail sometime, to not meet your goal sometimes, for life to happen sometimes, You can hear me well.
You keep breaking, but I can hear you now.
Okay. I was just saying that we should give ourselves give ourselves grace. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely,
Mm.
absolutely.
Give yourself grace. It's just lessons. Yeah. It's just lessons. Yeah. That's it. So somebody has a just back
Okay. Do I have a mantra? So I have affirmations that
Up on the screen as well, so that you can handle the question.
Okay.
Let me see.
Okay. Thank you, Annette, for your question. So I do have affirmations that I use. And so if you're interested, you can send me a DM. I will send those to you. But the scripture that I use and I continually use is that all things are working together for my good. Now, even though it seems like, oh my God, how can this be happening right now? I just believe that it will work out for my good. So that's the scripture I stand on.
That is like your anchor scripture, or like that's the question.
So I already answered the question. Do you hear me? No? Okay, so I said I'm gonna repeat. Aneta, thank you for your questions. Your question, sorry. So I do have affirmations I use, and if you're interested, you can send me a DM.
But
whatever
the case may be, her question is: do you have any mantra or a scripture that you stand on?
Shaya, can you hear me? Okay, I'm going to answer this question again. So this is my third attempt. Annette, thank you for your question once again. I do have affirmations I use. So if you're interested, you can send me a DM. I will send it to you. The scripture I stand on is that all things are working together for my good. It doesn't matter if it's something that's negative or something that threw me off or something that came to me unaware.
Can you hear me now? Am I good?
Yes, I can hear you. So, but that's the scripture I stand upon, that all things are working together for my good. Shaya, I already answered the question. If you can hear me, I don't know. Internet.
Yes, I couldn't hear you. So. Okay, so are you done? I don't let this thing go off again. So if anybody wants, yeah.
Shaya, can you hear me?
All things.
Okay, I'm just gonna, can you
Whatever circumstance, whatever situation.
Okay, I'm just gonna go.
We together for our good. And you know, one thing that strikes me. Okay, yeah. Yes, I heard you. Did you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I
I
can hear
heard
you.
you and I heard your answer.
Okay.
Okay, so we're rounding up now. I just wanted Jeeves to give us like some last words for us as moms, as we are on this business of pursuing our dreams, this business of lives, going for the dreams that God has put in our hearts to go for. What will be the moms before we go today?
Okay. So for every mom that's here, I want you to know that first of all, you are powerful. You are enough. You can absolutely get whatever you want. You're a winner. You have a gift. You have an idea that needs to be discovered. You have so much to give the world. Your message needs to be heard. You have a message. God has put a message in you that needs to be heard. And usually we start to think that, oh, no one's interested
Can
in
you
my
hear me
story.
now, Jibs?
Yes, I've been answering. Okay, I'm going to go over it again. So, can you hear me? Okay, perfect. It looks like you can hear me. Okay, perfect. So, I was saying that for every woman that's here, that's watching, every mom, I want you to know that you are powerful. You are enough. You can absolutely get whatever you want. You are a winner. You have a gift. And you have an idea that needs to be discovered. You have so much to give this world. And your message needs to be heard. God puts a message in you, and that message, that story needs to be heard. Usually we start to think that, oh, nobody's interested in my story or whatever. But I want you to know that if your story will change one person, would you do it? If the answer is yes, then do it. Share that story. Someone needs to hear that story. So essentially, my last words is find what you love and serve with it. Two things. Find what you love and serve with it. Take small steps every single day. Small steps towards your dream. I already said you have a gift. There is no doubt you have a gift. God has deposited amazing things inside of you already. You have a gift. That's already certain. That one is not even up for argument or up for question. But you know what? Find someone that you admire, someone that's doing something similar to what you want to do. And you know what? Don't reinvent the wheel. Copy them. You don't have to copy exactly what they're doing because you know what? Even if you copy them, you won't do it exactly the way they're doing it because your story is different, your background is different, your life's experience are different. But find someone you admire, someone that's doing what you are doing, and copy them. Study them. Study the greats and do what they're doing. And you know what? Enjoy the process. Let go of the results. You know, a lot of times we are so focused on, oh my God, this has to work. If it doesn't work, then it's gone. No, enjoy the process. When I ran for council, I enjoyed the process so much. I'm like, whether I won or I didn't win, this was an amazing experience. So enjoy the process of actualizing that dream till you achieve it. Enjoy the process. Don't just focus on, okay, until I finish or I actualize this dream, there is no joy. Enjoy the process. Live a life that is authentically you because there is only one you. You are the best kept secret, and that story needs to be heard. Shaya, if you can hear me, I'm done. Okay, maybe I should just keep going until Shaya thoughts. I can't hear her. Well, I also want you to know that someone's opinion of you does not have to be your reality. Yes, we've heard all kinds of things. People say, "Oh my God, you can't do this," or "Your dreams are crazy," or you know what? Sometimes family members are the worst. They'll tell you that, "Oh my God, you're being unrealistic. This is not possible." You know what? Their opinion of you does not have to be your reality. It does not have to be your reality. That message needs to be heard. That message needs to be heard. Your dream is valid. Your dream is valid. Okay, looks like Shaya has disappeared from this call. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm still live here, but I know that Shaya has disappeared from this call. So if you have any questions, just you can ask. I think I can see the comments. Go ahead and ask. Oh yes, keep going. Okay, I'll keep going. So a lot of times, our greatest fear is the fear of failure. But more than the fear of failure is the fear of success. The fear of success. I know Shaya had mentioned it. Many of us we're actually afraid of succeeding. We're so afraid. We're like, oh my God, if we're so afraid of succeeding that if who am I to become a millionaire? Who am I to become a CEO of a Fortune 500 company? Or who am I to be the first person to actually achieve a certain thing? Who are you not to? You know, the greatest fear is actually the fear of success. Many of us are too afraid to succeed. Many of us are too afraid to succeed. But you know what? You need to let go of that fear. Because you know what? God has promised you success. He says that I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. It is God's wish for you to prosper. Don't be afraid to succeed. It is your right. It is your promise. It is God's will towards you. I'm like, oh my God. So I applaud you for dreaming, because if you're on this call, it means that you believe that your dreams are valid. I applaud you for dreaming. I applaud you for dreaming. And I tell you, go for that dream. I have a workbook that you can use if you want to work on writing your dreams and finding ways that you can actually actualize this dream. I have a workbook, so Shaya, I can share it with your group. Send you a link to share it if you're interested. I call the workbook the dream chaser.
Can you hear me now? Am I back?
I can. You're back. Technology, hey?
Thank God I'm back. I don't know what's going on. I think it's the internet that is just misbehaving sometimes,
Yeah.
Technology, I know. Oh, thank you so much. I mean, you've been amazing. I have my notes full already, and I am just going to be running with a few things you've shared as well for me today. So she said that if anybody wants the affirmations or you want to get in touch with her, anyway, just find her. Find her on Facebook. Find her on Instagram, right? Google her. Oh, she's a popular woman.
Yeah, right.
You can find her one way or the other, right?
Right.
And just reach out to her. And then if you need any help or anything, she's willing and ready to everything. Please, I just say thank you for me also to Jibs. Thank you for honoring my invitation to join Mommy Chats. It's been amazing. I see other people who joined in earlier, but maybe I don't know. But I will not know who's on and who's not on. I see Banker Ogumefun. I see a few of you. Thank you so much for being a part of, and we will be having another guest who will be sharing with us great things about her motherhood journey, about faith, about life, and you know, just this journey of purpose that God has called us to. How can we? Okay, so next week, God bless you. And for those that are in Bye.